Okay, good morning. Let's come to let's see if we've got a bright spring day here today. Got a lot of glare. May need to put down the thing there, see how it goes. Anyway, we're going to be starting in Supta Baddha Konasana. Today's class, the focus is on back, shoulders, and neck. And one of my favorite classes to teach because it feels really good. So let's take, we want to take your blanket. I have a yoga blanket here and I've folded it like so. This is going to support our spine. So we want it in the middle of your blanket like so. I put a couple of pillows here to support my shoulders and neck. I have my bricks on either side of the mat and my belt. Now, hardest part of the class, I always say this, is making a big loop with your belt. So if you have a yoga belt, we're going to take it like so, put it through both loops and back through one. Just like that, okay, so that you have a nice big loop. We want to make it as big as possible, and you're going to put it over your body, bring it down low around your hip bones, not around your waist, but around bones. Bring it between your knees and loop it over your toes. If you don't have one, you don't need to use it. This just helps to support the legs a little bit. So whichever you prefer, you can do this without a belt. I'm bringing my bricks and I'm placing them under my knees so that my knees aren't just dangling in midair, but that I can relax into them. And then I'm going to just adjust the belt a little tight to bring the feet as close to the body as is comfortable for me. I like them close like that. Again, keep the belt down around your hip bones, not on the soft tissue. And when you are pretty comfortable fiddling with all that, let's lay back so that the spine is supported with the padding. Pillows are under the head so that the head is raised a little bit over the chest. And then I'm just going to, again, continue to fiddle with my skin around my hip bones so that I can relax into this. This should feel good. If it doesn't, then make some adjustments. We are sitting in front of the blanket, not on the blanket. The blanket is just supporting the spine above the hips. And one could argue that you could spend an entire class just on this pose. It feels really, it's a wonderful restorative pose for a number of applications with the back. It allows us to get down onto the floor, which is always healing for the back, but it provides support and comfort so that it's not just bone hitting wood floor or what have you. And again, supporting the bricks or the knees with the bricks so that your knees are able to relax and settle into a surface and not just hanging in midair. And when you've gotten your fiddling done and you're comfortable, let's close your eyes. Hands are at your side, palms up if you'd like. And just come to the breath. Your eyes closed. Quiet the mind. Just let go of the thoughts and the concerns. Just letting go the worries, the busyness of the mind, just like clouds passing by. You might notice them, might see them there, but just let them go. And if you'd like to set an intention for your class today, feel free to do so now. We're just going to begin with some gentle yogic breathing. So just the 3-part breathing that we've done many times before. So Always inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Beginning by inhaling and feeling the lower part of the torso and the stomach area rise. As you continue to inhale, feeling the sides of the rib cage expand, finally coming to the top of the breath where you're taking in as much air as is comfortable through the top part of the body, and then exhaling through the nose, starting in reverse, squeezing out the top of the body, the sides, the rib cage, and finally the belly. And then continuing, and you can do this at your own pace. Very slow. Continuing with the breath. Couple more of these deep three-parted breaths. When you're ready, you can return to normal breathing, keeping your eyes closed for another moment longer and just noticing the sensations, the opening of this pose, the support of this pose. Maybe noticing some areas of tension that you hadn't noticed before, and using the power of the breath to breathe into those areas. Maybe to coach a little more relaxation and release. So much of the pain and the tension we have in the back, the neck, the shoulders comes from tension, from holding tightness in various areas. When we get stressed, when we get busy, we tend to tighten up, and it has an effect. So just identifying those areas and allowing the body to just relax and open and breathe can have a very palliative effect. And while it is tempting to stay here, I have a few more things I'd like to share with you today. So when you're ready, bring your hands under your knees, lift the knees up, feet off the floor, and begin to step out of your belt. Lift the hips up, bring the belt over the legs, and let's lay that to the side. With your knees bent, you can roll to the side, rolling off your pillow and blanket, and moving those things out of the way. And then let's come back onto the back. Bring your knees up over your body. Hug your knees and lock your fingers. Let's just do A little rolling on the small of your back, a little Apanasana. And when you're ready, you can bring the feet down, feet wide on the mat. And let's just gently windshield wiper the knees from side to side, gently awakening the lower back and the hips. You can stay on one side for a breath or two if you'd like, just noticing how your body feels, where the tightness is. And then bringing the knees up to center, pressing down through the hands and the big toes. Let's lift the hips up, give them a little shimmy, awakening the hips and the belly and down. Again, inhale, press up to the big toes, the heels, and shimmy and down. One more time, shimmy. Just gently awakening everything, loosening up that lower back and down. Bringing both legs up over or knees up over the torso. Again, let's bring the feet up, cross the right over the left so that the legs are crossed above the knees as high as possible. Bring your hands to your shins, pull out on the shins, making space in the pelvic and hip bones, and then up in towards the body. Relax the shoulders, but keep that tension on the legs and enjoy this gentle opening of the hips. Breathe. Be releasing any tension you might feel here. And when you're ready, release. Bring the legs up, give them a little shake up in the air, and do the other side. Now across the other side. I have my left over my right, grabbing my shins with my hands, pulling out to the sides, and then up into the body, finding a little bit of opening, and breathe. This is wonderful for sciatica, any of that deep hip kind of lower back-ish pain. Sciatica can radiate down into the back of the legs as well. This is a good way to reach those areas and give them some stretch, relief. And when you're ready, you can release them, give them a shake. Bring your feet back onto the mat, about hip width apart with your knees still bent. Now drop your left knee to the side and work it underneath the other bent leg so that your left foot is now over by your right hip. If you can reach down or reach towards that right foot. If you can grab it, fine. If you can't, just reach as far as you can. Bring the right knee up, take your left arm and grab the shin. So another stretch here. And just play with this supine stretch here. Release your jaw, relax your face. And release. We'll do the other side. Now drop the right knee to the side, thread that right foot under the left leg and over by your left hip. Reach down with your left hand. If you can grab it, grab your right foot, that's fine. If you can't, just reach down towards there. Taking your right hand, taking the shin and holding the shin of the left leg. And just enjoying this pose as well. Breathing. Release the jaw, release the shoulders, other than to just hold some tension here with the leg. And when you're ready, you can release. Slowly bring both feet up. Let's give a little shimmy again, just to loosen up the lower back. Bring both feet up again with your knees over your torso, hands behind your thighs, and let's start rocking the lower part of the spine. We're going to do some spinal rolls here. Or as we say, free chiropractic adjustment. Begin to kick the feet up gently over the body and over the head. When you're ready, you can stay in any of these feel really good. Tuck the chin so that the spine remains rolled. So you have to keep the chin against the chest so that you have a nice roll in the spine, and just roll back and forth along the spine 4 or 5 times, whatever feels good to you. Full length of the spine. And when you're ready, you can come into a seated position. Bring your one leg out to the side and one leg in against the body. Foot is flexed. Moving my sits bones around as usual, so I have a nice connection with the ground. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bring one arm down over the right arm over my right leg, or I'm mirroring you, it'd be my left arm over my left leg, and stretching out and over with the opposite arm. Getting a nice stretch in this QL, this quadratus lumborum area, the area between your ribs and your hip bone. Culprit of a lot of low back pain, and release. Shrug out your shoulders. Let's do the other leg. Now extend the other leg, bend the other leg in towards the body. Nice foundation with the ground. Inhale, arms rise, keeping that stretch as you hinge from the side and reach towards the extended leg. Relax the chin. And release. This is one of those things that you should do. I feel that this stretch is helpful every day, because that's where I really feel a lot of back pain in that area right there. So that's a nice stretch to get into that. Okay, coming back to sitting. Bring one arm up and bend it at the elbow. Other arm reaches and then cross so that the elbows are over top of each other, and then just with the torso and your head facing forward, just give a stretch, gentle tug on that straight arm. Feel a stretch in the shoulder, keeping the torso nice and straight, or forward rather. And breathe, relax the chin and the neck. And release. Shrug your shoulders. Other side, bend the arm. Other arm reaches, cross. Again, gentle stretch. And breathe. And release. Shrug your shoulders. With your hands on your knees, we're just going to do some gentle hip rolls. So seated, but we're just going to roll from the hips. Nice, big, wide, roly-poly things here. Going one way, then let's go the other way. And come back to center, bringing your hands onto your shoulders. Let's inhale, turn to the left, exhale to the right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And now going the other way, inhale to the other side, exhale, inhale. And coming back to center, keeping your hands on your shoulders. Let's do some shoulder rolls, making big circles with the elbows, really exploring the range of motion of the shoulders here. And going the other way. Keeping your chin and jaw relaxed. And release, shrug your shoulders. Interlock your fingers. Let's do some wrist rolls. Get the elbows into it. Go the other way. Just do some fist rolls. So with the hands making fists, the other way. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Press the hands together. Bring the elbows up. Press, press, press. Trying to see how high you can get your elbows. And then let's go the other way. Press the backs of the hands together, elbows up. And shake it out. Bring the arms up so that the hands are, you're in the cactus arms position. And we're just going to go back with the elbows and forward, back, opening the chest, pulling those shoulders back, open, open. Now let's open and hold and breathe, squeezing the shoulder blades together, really opening the heart space, and relax. Shrug your shoulders. Drop the neck. Let's do some gentle neck rolls. Inhale to the right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale down the other side. Relax your jaw. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. Keep your shoulders down. And exhale. One more time in this way. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go the other way now. Inhale. Check your jaw. And exhale, just exploring the range of motion of your neck. Maybe not letting the neck fall behind. Keep going if you've had neck issues. And exhale, behind the shoulders, that is. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, extending one leg. Taking the, I'll mirror you here. So extending my left leg, I'm going to take my right leg and cross it over so that the knees are somewhat stacked, as close as you can get this. Now you can remain in this position, or if you'd like, you can bring that other foot around, whichever works for you. So, but the knees are on top of each other as close as possible. This is our Gomukhasana, our cow legs, or it's actually cow face, not cow legs. Not quite sure how that happens, but anyway, cow face legs and the horseshoe lace. So I have my my right leg on top. I'm going to take the arms out to the side, stretch, stretch, stretch. Now I'm going to bring the opposite arm and put it on top. So if you have your right leg on top, put your left arm on top. Bring the arms around. Actually, these are eagle arms. We're going to do this first. We're going to do both. And gently raising up with the arms. Feeling the opening between your shoulder blades as you press the hands together. and release. Grabbing your belt. Now for the Gomukhasana arms. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. Taking the belt in my, again, I have my right leg over, mirroring you. I'm going to hold the belt in my left hand, drop it behind my head, bringing my elbow up as high behind my head as I can. And then taking the other arm, swinging it around, grabbing the belt behind, and then working the hands towards each other, holding the belt and finding that stretch. Release the chin. Chin is parallel with the floor. And breathe. Opening the chest, shoulders back. And when you're ready, you can release. Put the belt aside. Now we're going to do the other side. You can merely switch. If you have one leg extended, you can do the other one. A fun way to transition so that the other leg is on top, I haven't done this for a while, is to come forward, walk the hands around. This is just fun. I'm just showing you this. Doing around the world. When you come back to the front, you will find miraculously that the other knee is now on top. Ha! Just something to play with. Otherwise, again, you can have the bottom leg out or you can have it at the top. But the knees are stacked. Moving the skin away from the sits bone so that we have a nice firm foundation. Bringing the arms up. Now, taking the opposite arm. Now I have my left leg on top, so I'm going to take the right arm and bring it over the other arm. Wrap the hands around each other, press the hands, release the shoulders, and feel this opening of between the shoulder blades. As you press the hands together, chin remains relaxed and parallel with the floor. And breathe. Maybe lifting up with the arms if it's available to you for a stronger stretch, an opening. And when you're ready, gently release, shrug out your shoulders. Grabbing the belt now in the upper arm, the opposite of whatever leg is on top. Reach around with the other arm, grab the belt, and find your point of tension, working the hands towards each other behind the back. Maybe noticing, as I clearly do, that one elbow or one shoulder is looser or tighter than the other. Sitting nice and tall, chin is parallel with the floor. Find your stretch. And when you're ready, you can release and put the belt aside. Gently opening up the legs. Let's bring them in front of ourselves, give them a little wiggle. Now crossing the legs so that the feet are somewhat under your knees. So I have an opening between the legs here. Firm foundation of the hip bones with the floor. Inhale, arms rise, hinging from the hips. I'm going to bring the arms forward. I'm not rounding the back. I'm keeping that length in the back as I bring my hands to the floor, feeling the stretch deep in the back. And breathe. I'm not trying to touch my head to the floor. I'm just finding that stretch in the lower part of the back, as well as in the arms and shoulders, of course. And as you breathe, maybe inching the fingers forward just a little bit, simultaneously pushing the hips down as you reach forward. Play with that and see what that gives you. Relax the chin. And when you're ready, you can walk the hands back up. We'll do the other side. So whatever leg is in front, switch it. So now the other leg is in front, feet are flexed and somewhat under my knees, moving that hip skin around. Arms stretch up, finding space between the ribs in the rib cage rather, and then hinging forward from the hips, bringing the hands to the floor. Coming forward as far as I can, and then the hands come to the floor and breathe. Inching forward as the back releases. To find a nice stretch here. Check your jaw, maybe shake your head a little bit. And when you're ready, let's walk back up to sitting. Coming around onto all fours on the mat. And just with your knees about hip width apart, hands are under your shoulders. Let's just do some nice wiggles and swirls with the hips, moving the shoulders side to side, back and forth, up and down, whatever feels good to you. You can do some nice big circles. You can do some figure eights with your torso, just moving things around. Go one way, go the other way. Maybe shrug your shoulder like down, up with the shoulders. And when you're ready, let's do some cats and cows. So inhale, looking up, dropping the spine as we let the hips come up, and exhale, pressing through the hands, engage your core, pulling it up towards the back of the body and rounding the spine. And inhale, dropping the spine, looking up. Exhale, pressing. Inhale, flexing the spine down. And exhale, pressing the floor away. Inhale again for cow. Now this time, let's tuck the toes. Exhale, as we go into our cat, let's stretch back. Find a stretch with that rounded back. Coming back onto our hands, dropping into cow. Inhale. Exhale, cat, and stretch. Inhale, coming forward into cow. Let's do one more of these. And coming back to center. Now bringing your left knee a little into the center of the mat, taking the right knee, crossing it over behind. Now, if you have a knee issue, you've had a knee injury, this might be a little strong for you, so just be careful with it. But we're going to find that and move the hands back, legs are crossed, and find a stretch. Both knees are close to or on the ground. You may have to play with this a little bit to find the stretch. But for some people, this can be a very helpful stretch, especially in the hip, lower back, that side there. And release. We'll do the other side. So now bring the right knee into the center of the mat, cross the left knee over that leg behind, and push yourself back. Again, I'm making some small adjustments just to find the right position for my legs to find that stretch here. And release, come back to center and uncross your legs. Spread the knees and let's come into our child pose. Using whatever props you may need. If you'd like, if you need a prop for the head, you can put a brick under the head. Hands can be straight in front or along the side, whatever you'd like.
You can sit on the brick, whatever you may need to come into Balasana or resting child pose and breathe. Feeling the rib cage rise with each inhalation and fall as you exhale. Relax the shoulders. Bringing the hands forward. Let's come up onto our knees, keeping them as they are, but let's tuck our toes underneath. And bringing your left hand in front and on the mat in between your legs in front of you. Bring your other arm, your right arm, to your right ear. Open up, looking up towards that right elbow, opening the chest, and then we're going to twist down to the other elbow. And then open, breathe, inhale, exhale, close. Again, open, inhale. You're looking up, but keep the chin tucked. Don't lead with your chin. Should always be in this sort of safe position, just gently tuck, but the eyes can follow. Inhale up, open, open, getting that elbow up, maybe just a little more open, and then down. Now this time as you come up, keep the elbow up, bring the other arm now off the floor to the ears, so that, and come back onto your heels a little bit. Arms go out and open that chest, looking up towards the outstretched hands. Hold and release. Just twisting into the thoracic area there. Let's do the other side now. Now I'm going to bring the other hand to the middle in the front, the other hand to the ear. Inhale up and open. Exhale, twist. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Relax that chin. Inhale up. Exhale, open. Excuse me, exhale down. Inhale, open. Each time, maybe trying to find a little more space, a little more opening. And this time, let's hold it. Lean back on our heels. Other arm hand comes to the ears, finding that opening, pulling the elbows back, and then opening the hands, pulling the hands back, finding that opening, and then down. Coming back onto all fours. I'm just scooting around here so you can see me. Let's come do a few bird dogs. So our knees are under our hips, hands are under our shoulders. Inhale, reach with the right arm, kick with the left heel, bring it in, touch the knee to the elbow. Again, reach and stretch, and then touch. Inhale, reach. We're trying to keep the torso as flat as possible, keeping from dipping over that hip as though you had a glass of water on the back of your body and you're trying not to spill it. This is very important back strengthener. One more time. Reach and downward. Do the other side. Again, trying to keep the torso flat. Inhale, reach with your left and kick with the right. Exhale, touch. Inhale, reach. Nice and slow. It's harder slow. That makes the muscles work more. 3 and touch. 4, touch. 5. Inhale. One more. Inhale, reach and down. Let's come onto our side and onto your forearm. And I'm sort of laying on my side here. Both legs are sort of in a side saddle position. Inhale, reach up with the arm, opening that shoulder. Exhale, slide the back of the hand underneath. Inhale up, find that open space. Exhale, twist. Inhale up more, opening the upper back, a gentle twist. Play with this. Take your time so that you can really feel how can you open that space just a little more. Keep your chin tucked and exhale, twisting underneath. Maybe one more. And then let's come up on that same side, come up onto one knee. If your knees are sensitive, you can put a towel under your knee. Extend the one foot. And we're going to bring so I'm mirroring you. I have my left foot out. I'm going to bring my right hand in the middle here. And I'm just going to reach underneath the back of the hand as far under as I can with my left hand, finding a stretch. Then engaging my core, I'm going to come up onto that knee, pull that hip of that extended leg up into the joint so that my hip goes out, reach over with the other arm, and hinging from that hip, we're going to find that stretch. And then back down, bring the hand down to the floor, reach under, coming back up, pull, engage your core, pull that hip so that you hinge from the hip and stretch. I'm going to do a few of these. Just playing with it, reaching under. Gauge your core, hip out. And breathe. Gauge your core out. I think that's about 5. Let's try to do 10. If it's too much for you, then stop or take a break and do a couple more. Reach. Core. A lot of things going on here. 2 more. Core. Hip out and reach. Hip out and reach. Now bring the hand you were just reaching with over beside the knee you're kneeling on. Bring that hand to the floor. Other arm is going to extend out and lift the foot off the floor. We're going to bring the knee in to the elbow, looking forward with your face. Reach and touch. They don't have to touch, but close to touch. We're working, engaging that core, working on the obliques, some core and hip stability here. One more. And down. Let's do the other side. Now we're going to, remember, we're going to lay on our side, which feels good, and on our forearm. Legs are at the side. We're going to reach up with the other arm now and slide under. Inhale up, under, finding a twist there, which feels delightful, and then open it, open, open, twist. Open for 4, I think. Under. Open for 5. Keep your chin tucked as you open. 2 more.
All right. Now push yourself up onto the opposite knee now. Extend your other foot, flexing your foot. Bringing the hand that is closest to the bent knee onto the floor. We're going to reach under as far as you can. And then coming up, engage your core, pulling that hip up so that the other hip goes out and over. Stretch under, excuse me. Hip up, engage your core, and reach. Reach under for 3. Reach. 4. Reach. Keep the core engaged here. Reach. 5. 6. Reach. 7. Reach. Finding that stretch. 3 more. 8. Reach. 9. And reach. 10. Last one. And reach. Very good. Let's come onto all fours and press up into downward facing dog. So we have our hands about hip or shoulder width apart, fingers spread, press up through the feet, feet are hip width apart, and press into our downward facing dog, pressing through the fingers, through the shoulders, up to the hips, hips up to the sky, working your feet, walking your dogs, stretching out the calves, checking your neck, making sure your head is nice and loose. Shake your head yes and no. Finding a nice stretch. And breathe. And then we're going to bring the knees down to the floor. Bringing one of your bricks, grabbing one of your bricks, and let's put it between your knees. Come and squeeze the brick with your knees. We're going to press up through the dog, through our dog, but only coming up a few inches off the ground. We're going to turn from one side back to center, squeeze that block, other side, back to center. Keep squeezing, other side, center, other side, center, and down. A little rest. We're going to do one more set. It helps with hip and core stability here. And breathe. Squeeze the knees and lift now. Exhale, go to the one side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, other side. Back to center. Exhale, other side. Center. Other side. Center. And down. Remove the brick. And let's come into child for a breath. Two more breaths here. Just relax the back. Shrug your shoulders a little bit. And when you're ready, coming out, I'm going to bring one leg forward. I have my left leg forward and my right knee down. I'm going to put both hands on the floor beside the front foot. I have my foot in a, with my knee over my ankle. And just work in this position for a moment. This is our lizard position. The full position, if you would like, is to lift the knee, but you don't have to. You can keep the knee on the floor either way. Relax the jaw. And then taking the inside hand, the hand that's closest to your foot, reaching up, sweeping up to the sky. Again, knee up or knee down, whichever works for you. Keep your chin tucked in. Open, 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 breathe. And release. Bring that foot back. We'll do the other side. Hands beside the foot. I have my right foot forward, left leg behind. You can either stay on your knee or lift the knee, whichever is available to you. And just taking a few moments here in lizard. When you're ready, we're going to sweep that other arm up to the sky. Keep the chin tucked, but the eyes follow the hand. Opening, 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 and breathing. And release. Bring the knees back. And then coming down onto our belly. Arms stretched out in front of us. Let's just lift the legs to start, just lifting one leg up and then the other leg up. One leg up and down, other leg up and down. Up, up, and down. A couple more times, just lifting legs. Engage your glute muscles, the hip muscles. Now bring both legs up and swim, just the legs. Swimming the legs and breathe. And down. Relax the muscles, give yourself a little shimmy. Now we're going to lift both feet, the head, and the hands. And let's do a little swimming. Inhale, squeezing all the muscles of the back, all along the spine, and down. Take a breath. We're going to do that again. Inhale, feet, head, hands, and swim. And down. Bring the arms out to the side like your cactus arms so that your elbows are like in line with your shoulders. We're going to lift the arms up. My head is still down, but I'm just lifting the arms up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Relax your jaw. Up, up, and down. Wiggle it out. If you can grab one of your bricks, take your brick and pass it along to the other hand behind your body. Bring the arms around, pass the brick in front of your head, and just do a few circles of passing the brick. I'm running out of space here. Move over a little bit. Slowly. Lovely shoulder opener here, and then go the other way. And down. Put the brick down. Framing your body, as it were, with bringing one arm over in front of your head and the other hand on your back. I'm then going to move the arms, put the other arm in front and the other behind. just sort of creating a frame around my head and breathe. Again, the head is on the floor for these. This is deep shoulder work. And release. Shrug out your shoulders. Wiggle the hips. Now pulling the hands into the body, let's come up onto our Sphinx pose. So my hips are on the floor, my pelvic bones are on the floor, my forearms are on the floor. Looking forward, gentle back bend, and breathe. If your lower back feels tight, make sure you're doing some little wiggles here. And if you'd like to play with a few things here, some back strengtheners, lifting one arm up and down, lifting the other arm up and down, up and down, up and down. You can play with that. See how that feels, how far up you can get it. You can also do an arching motion with the arm. Arch it over the body, other side, arching it over the body. Sort of a rainbow motion. One more. And then bringing the, staying in this position, let's press back into child's, but then slide right back into Sphinx. So pressing back into child, and then forward into Sphinx. Pressing back, just sort of walking with my forearms and then coming forward onto my belly. Let's do one more. And forward. Can also bring one leg up to the side in Sphinx, trying to keep both pelvic bones level. Just finding this stretch here, and again, more hip and lower back opening. And when you're ready, you can bring that leg down, bring the other leg up to the side, as high up as is comfortable, keeping both pelvic bones on the ground. So you have to play with that a bit. And breathe. And then straighten the leg. Give your hips a little wiggle. Let's press ourselves up. Come onto our backs. And let's prepare for our Shavasana. Bring the knees up over the body. Hug your knees. Do some little circles. When you're ready, bring your feet down. Take whatever final wiggles and jiggles you may need here to ease into our Shavasana. When you're ready, extending the legs, maybe taking a final stretch. And then when you're ready, hands at the side. Check your body, feet relaxed. Neck slowly moving side to side. Relax your shoulders. Relax the hips. And breathe. And when you're ready, gently moving your toes and fingers. Maybe rolling the head from side to side. Bending the knees, coming onto your side. Taking a moment here. When you're ready, pressing yourselves up to seated position, keeping your eyes closed for another moment. Hands at your heart. Coming back to the intention, if you set one at the beginning of the class, enveloping it in the light and the life of your practice today, filling it with love and sending it out to the world. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you have a lovely week and first week of spring. Namaste.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. That was great.
Yes, thanks for
Again,
another.
any questions?
Thank you.
Anything you'd like me to work on, please let me know. But I hope that helped get things moving a little bit for you. And any feedback is always very much appreciated so that I can cater the class to what you guys are going through and need. Thank you so much. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye.